think horror, I've always argued this one, that horror is such a broad church, and you've got everything from your kind of very subtle kind of ghost stories and your folk horror. It's a bit more about sort of suggestion and sort of, hints of what's there, all the way through to kind of body horror and, kind of the serial killers and slashers. And I think it's just that to me, it's just wonderful. There's so many ways you can take horror. And I think especially for horror, you can say so much. I often make this point, people sort of sometimes critics of genre fiction, who I should remain unnamed, but we'll sort of think, oh, it's escapism. I get this, like, oh, it's just very escapist, isn't it? I think, well, not if you read it, you find it's not really escapist. I'm not sort of looking to hide in a fantasy world, but I think you can, by looking at something indirectly, say an awful lot about it.
Mm.
I think sometimes we find it hard to address things in the real world in a very real world way, but we can use a fantasy world, a horror sort of creature as a kind of metaphor, as a way to look at it that feels more comfortable and feels more sort of natural to us. So I think that to me is what really speaks to me about